Wagwan, Daddy Herney.
Well, I don't know, because I had the fixture list up here earlier on, and then I don't know what you done. Like, you sabotaged me, mate.
You had what up?
The fixture list on the background. Now I've just got screen. I've just got a green screen.
You've just gone all green.
Oh, that's better.
Man just gone green. The man just gone and done a hole.
Sabotage. You just sabotaged me. Sure, you go the Emirates last night and get a little result.
Hey,
Like,
Ernie,
Ernie,
take the logo back off and let me see the screen again. No, go on, put back on the green screen. Go on. There's a bit of technology, people. You have to understand these things happen. Go on, let me see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
None. How's that?
There you go, people. It's a dirty bed sheet. It's simple.
Oh,
Take off the dirty bed sheet.
Bro, we use silk on our bed, rude boy. Silk.
Ease.
Silk. You know what I mean?
Well,
how are you?
Before you start talking about what I did last night, I told you I was prepared.
Yeah.
I got myself prepared.
Yeah.
Knew I had the tickets. Knew I was going to be sitting with Arsenal fans.
I like the way that you never invited me to come with you. You and Rodney Hines.
I had nothing to do with Rodney. I told you I was brought by my good friend, the Chapman. Chapman brought me along. He said, "Come sit with me in the clock end." He said, "Please, Robbo, don't wear your t-shirt." So I was zipped up like this. And then later on, when the second goal went in, I went like this, Ernie. Backside. I mean, run, boy!
Yeah.
Right. I've got receipts. I got proof. So
Let's see the proof. I want to see the proof, bro.
All right, I will show you the proof. I revealed my top in the clock end in Arsenal in Emirates Stadium. It was
fun.
That
after the fans left?
Kinda.
Yeah,
it was kind of. Everybody was going down the stairs, and funny enough, the two guys sitting in front of me, I was watching them, and I was thinking they keep filming, like lifting up their phones every time Liverpool scored, go to the scoreboard, and then they was just filming. I was wondering, they must be making a video for college or something, man, because you can't be in the clock end and be filming Liverpool fans, and they're filming the Liverpool fans. I was looking at them. Are these guys feds as well? Because they're zooming in on the fans. And then when the final score whistle blew, they were like that, yeah. So I tapped them on their shoulder. I said, "What are you doing in there? What are you doing in there, club?" I looked around and I showed my shirt. There was loads of Liverpool fans in the clock in. Well done to Arsenal for accommodating us, and well done for giving us the trip to the final. Yeah, great.
But it is the fixture list. So before we proceed,
yes,
as the usual, you know, we want you to share.
Yes.
We want you to like.
Yes.
We want you to put your comments below.
Yes.
Which Michael Williams is straight out of the board straight away. He's put 3 in the comments already. He ain't playing tonight. And tempting there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, people gotta understand, man. You gotta understand where it's at. I keep saying, people, if you just press the like on the video, so many of you are on the video watching on the stream, and okay, all right, we're watching you, Robbo, we can hear you, but all you got to do for us to keep doing what we're doing is just press that like button right now in the YouTube, just on underneath the picture. Just press that like comment, and if you're on Facebook, all you got to do is share the link. That's the talk right now. Share link.
Share that link, man. That is the thing. We don't know where. Well, I spoke to Rodney. He's on the motorway somewhere. He never told me where he was going. Crystal, I don't know where Crystal's got. It's just the two of us.
No, it's not the two of us.
Oh, it's not the two of us.
No.
Oh, all right, we got people. I was going to say, on the day that Meatloaf passed, it's just the two of us.
No. Big up Meatloaf. Not out of hell and all these things.
You know what I mean?
It was a character of Meatloaf.
Yeah.
I saw the fans of
him and his missus. They always seem to be having fights.
Well, Easy character. He's a rock star, innit? He's allowed to have fights. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So big up yourself, Meatloaf, and fans of Meatloaf. R.I.P.
Oh,
So, I'm not the only person. We're not the only person. It's not just the two of us. We have somebody on who I'll be hopefully sitting somewhere on the other side of the ground from him, down at the not the Emirates, not the Theatre of Doom, not at Anfield, but at
the Sainsbury's.
Not the Sainsbury's car park, but at Wembley. Let's welcome our guest in the building. We might as well let him in because he's here. He's nice and early. People, none other than from ITV's The Chase.
Yo,
Chelsea fan, and Tallow has just arrived in the building. Sean Wallace and Crystal Davis.
How
are you?
Good evening, people.
Good evening, people.
Good evening, guys.
Sean, that train looks mighty spacious. You're on your way to where, Sean?
I'm on my way to Edinburgh because I'm doing a show for ITV, chasing my DNA history. So we're doing the last part of it now.
Okay.
Why do you want to do that? Don't you know where you come from?
Yeah,
hold on a minute. Hold on, short. You know, don't you know where you come from? Or let me put it this way: you don't know where you come from.
I do, but I didn't know the extent of where I came from. Put it that way.
Yes.
Okay. And when is this going to be shown?
That's coming out sometime in April.
Okay, so you can't really tell us what's going on at the moment.
No.
Apart from the fact that I'm on a 4-hour journey up to Edinburgh, I've just come back from Jamaica doing that leg of the DNA journey. I'm back in the studio with the Chase.
Okay. Okay. So are you a true born Jamaican, or are you a Jamaican?
Say that again, but.
Are you a true born Jamaican? Are you a true born Jamaican, or are you a Jamaican?
What's
I
a
wasn't born in
Jamaican?
Jamaica, but what he's basically trying to say is that people who basically talk with a sort of a Jamaican accent who are not really Jamaican because they may not have been born in Jamaica or want to be Jamaicans and are not. That's what I think you mean by that.
That's a Jamaican.
Hey, do you know there's a whole conversation because there's so many communities that talk like they're from Jamaica and not from Jamaica.
Exactly.
And Ernie's just insulted them, but no, never mind.
Yeah,
never
exactly.
mind.
Ernie.
No, but that's a whole conversation because we were listening to some tracks, and I know Crystal would know this track because it sounds like a Jamaican, but the music is not Jamaican, but it sounds like something we're going last.
Party after party. Party after party. Party after party.
Party after party. How's it sound, Crystal? How's it sounding?
Sounds nice.
It sounds very nice.
Make it the theme song for the Emirates.
We shall talk about that in a minute. Welcome, Crystal. Welcome, Sean.
Thank you.
Now, Sean, I know you're on the train, and we got to make sure that we get your views in nice and early. EFL.
Yeah.
We will talk to Crystal. She's feeling a bit hurt. Maybe that's why she was late today. But we're through to the final with Chelsea. I know you was looking for Arsenal. You were looking for Arsenal, wasn't you?
No. If you want to win the competition, you've got to beat the best. And the favourites have got through. And I'm looking forward. I'll actually be there. I'm sure I'll see you there on the 27th. I think Chelsea have got some unfinished business with Liverpool because in terms of cup finals, it's 1-1. We beat you in 2012. You beat us in a penalty shootout in 2019. So this is going to be the third instalment of a cup final between Chelsea and Liverpool.
Any spare tickets going, Sean? He's frozen. When I said that, all of a sudden he froze.
It was the wrong question to ask, Sean. It was the wrong question to ask. Sean,
go and ask it. Go on.
You said that said that we've got unfinished business. I remember the last Carling Cup final where Steven Gerrard rose like a salmon, just a bit like your your feet in that that historic charity match where you rose like a stammer, man, and he bopped it in his own goal, which gave you guys the trophy. I think Liverpool's got unfinished business. I think we owe you one in that tournament, in that cup.
Yeah, you do, but as I say, so far as the Super Cup final is concerned, I thought we should have won that, and so far as I'm concerned, we need to get revenge for that defeat. Very narrow defeat.
The Super Cup was Liverpool. It was written in the stars. You know, we cleaned up. We won every trophy that was possible. Just let us just win. But this final is going to be really interesting because I wouldn't say Liverpool or Chelsea need to be winning that cup. We should be looking to be chasing Manchester City.
No,
but what
I totally disagree.
Let me hear you.
Teams in the past who've gone on to win greater prizes have always used the springboard of the League Cup, right, as a basis for further glory. You look at Liverpool in the 70s; they always used to win the League Cup before going on to win the either the League or the European Cup. Nottingham Forest did the same thing. We've done the same thing in the early noughties. So I think that the League Cup's a very, very important trophy. If you're a team who basically got the eyes on bigger prizes.
So what happened to Tottenham then?
Oh please. Listen, I'm not ruling out Tottenham. They've got a very good manager in Conte, and I'm telling you, once he gets his players that he wants, you're going to see a different Tottenham next season. I'm telling you. You remember he's still unbeaten in the league at this stage.
Will he be there till next season, Sean? Because if what's his name, don't loosen up the coffers.
Yeah, if he doesn't loosen up the coffers, you know, Conte's a man who's known to walk. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not he doesn't. And if he doesn't, then I think you're going to see a lot of disgruntled Spurs fans who are going to basically be calling for Levy's head. So, you know, it's incumbent. You know, Levy's obviously spent a lot of money on players. He's waiting to basically either sort of mature and sort of putting down for the future. But as I say, as you know, in the Premier League, it's here and now. And some of those players that he signed, sadly, are not Premiership material, in my view.
So Sean, how about it? We should be singing some Meatloaf songs, but reunited, because it feels so good. Reunited.
I didn't know that was a Meatloaf.
No, I know I couldn't find the Meatloaf song I wanted. No, I couldn't find it. What do you reckon? Tottenham, Lukaku.
Yeah, Tottenham.
Lukaku going to Tottenham?
No,
we're putting a little transfer argument nice and early.
I can't see that happening because you know, we spent nearly £100 million, and Spurs do not have £100 million to play on one player who's basically approaching 30. So I can't see that happening. I can't see Lukaku actually leaving anywhere other than staying at Chelsea. But so far as Lukaku is concerned, he was supposed to be the sort of missing jigsaw, and sadly, you know, due to COVID, injury, and a bit of loss of form, and not getting the right service, you know, he's not scoring the goals which I was hoping that he was going to score us to catapult us to the Premier League. So I was at the Etihad last Saturday, and I thought Chelsea were simply playing containing football, which is not good enough, really, against a team with Man City, who basically proved that you don't need a centre forward to win football matches, because they're playing a type of sort of total football, which is basically taking a stranglehold of the Premier League.
Yeah, well, they've definitely got it. They got half of the bag. Crystal,
commiserations for last night, Crystal.
Thank you, Daddy Ernie. Very kind of you. I was waiting.
Oh,
you know, Ernie, you're about as sincere as crocodile tears. You know that. And, you know, you really are. And what you basically want to do, you want to look at your teammate because your team, as I say, are half baked, and they're just scrub results. I don't know how they managed to be in sort of fifth or sixth place, but I'm telling you,
we're gonna talk about Man United. We're gonna talk about Man United as we always do, but Crystal, the party didn't happen.
It didn't
happen.
I think it was expected
No,
last night.
I wasn't confident, but I did think that
Really?
Firmino. No, I thought I said Firmino and Jota will, as we said on the show, watch the tape, rewind the cassette. I said Jota and Firmino will get the job done, but I wasn't confident that. I thought maybe if it doesn't happen, it's going to be a penalty shootout, and that's the only way we'll go out of the cup. But you were expecting a big part. I mean, that welcome home
No, I
party didn't happen
wasn't.
for Thomas, did
Honestly,
it?
I honestly wasn't expecting a big party, even with Thomas's return. Not even cautiously optimistic. I was watching the game and I was just like, well, at this point, it is what it is. It's literally the worst time to go out of a competition when you're so close to being in the final and you don't want to play at Wembley. I know some people do frown upon the Carabao Cup because they see, as apparently in some people's eyes, it's the Mickey Mouse trophy. But I don't think it is in that case because you never know what could happen if you go on to win a trophy so early on in your season, especially if you've got a team that's low on confidence. That could definitely boost any team's morale. So I was hoping that we could do a miracle last night, but we're up against Liverpool. I think the last time we managed to get the upper hand against Liverpool was maybe 2 seasons ago in the FA Cup. And I think we might have met Chelsea in the final as well, or Man City. So Chelsea in the final in that same year.
I think it was Chelsea.
I think yeah, it was Chelsea because we beat Chelsea in the final. So yeah, that was the last time we managed to get one up on Liverpool in a cup competition. But I mean, come on, it's Liverpool. Whether you're playing at Anfield or at the Emirates or at a neutral ground, you know what to expect when you're going up against one of the biggest teams in the league.
Yeah, definitely. Go easy with the sugar there, Sean. I noticed you went 3 instead of
I
one.
I don't take sugar in my coffee at all.
I saw that hand movement. It looked like 2 lumps for the destroyer, please. 2 lumps, please. Anyway,
No.
I need to destroy this myth. Can I destroy this myth, Crystal? So Thomas Partey has actually gone out of 2 competitions in less than
24 hours.
48 or 24. Come on.
Does that put him in the World Guinness record book?
I think it's going in the record books.
It probably is. Well, at least he's achieved something. There's a positivity in every negativity. So well done to Thomas Partey.
And I think he's also achieved he's made sure Aubameyang didn't make the mistake, because Aubameyang saw what happened and he was flying in from the Cup of Nations, and this happened. Oh my God. Aubameyang said, bro, no.
See you later.
No. He said, at least give me some time to you know what I mean? From a hot country straight onto the pitch. What was that about? How did Arteta get that so horribly wrong, which now costs you a red card?
I have given this some consideration. It literally could have gone 2 ways. It could have worked, and there could have been a party at the Emirates, and Arteta could be seen as like the mastermind behind it all. Or it could go horribly wrong, and obviously last night it did go horribly wrong for Partey, exiting 2 competition in less than 48 hours, as you quite rightly put it. So if it did go right, then definitely Arteta would be getting a lot of praises from left, right, and center from perhaps some of his toughest critiques. But like I said, when you're going up against a team like Liverpool, sometimes expect the unexpected, or just know that you're in for a difficult game of football. And yeah, it's going to take something special to beat Liverpool, either away from home or even on your home ground.
So no trophies this season for Arsenal.
Unfortunately, no trophies, not unless they want to take a look and do a tour around the Emirates and lift up trophies that's already been won. That's the only way they can win a trophy this season. But if not, unfortunately, you have to hold your breath and go again next year.
Eddie Nesta said you guys were partying hard, but no party.
Good evening, Mr. Eddie Nesta.
Yes. What you smoking, Sean?
Eddie wants to know
because I think that was your Manchester United comment.
No, I'm on a train and I'm not smoking anything. And Eddie knows what I'm talking about in relation to the sort of up and down nature of that Manchester United team. Right, and you know, they brought in a so-called manager who's a sort of godfather gang oppressor with players who can't play that system, and he knows that Manchester United are really getting away with murder.
So you said they brought.
We got away with murder last year and finished second. So if we get away with murder this year,
so Sean, what are you saying? They brought you. Sean, what are you saying? They brought in
Ganger.
No, not a gang.
Yeah,
An
the
ironing
godfather
board.
gang, the godfather gang oppressor. Right?
Yeah, so they brought the ironing board, but they forgot to bring the iron. So no pressing now.
Exactly. They have no players. They've got players who haven't got the appetite for that type of football. They're not interested. All right, they're not interested.
Well, we'll see what happens out of the season. We'll see how the season pans out, because I noticed that all of a sudden the 1-1 draws are creeping in and teams are picking up 3 points, and the gap to Chelsea's narrowing every time.
Absolutely. Listen, so far as Chelsea concerned, we've woefully lost form since November. It's not good enough. It's just not good enough. Are you concerned, Sean? I'm going to be the first to admit that. The fact.
Are you concerned?
I'm concerned that. No, I'm concerned. No, what I'm not concerned about is that the manager we've got is a great manager. He's taken us to 3 cup finals within the space of 12 months. Yeah. So he knows how to. He's a winner. Sadly, the players are either tired or basically just not performing when they should be performing. And to have 2 wins out of 9 matches in the Premier League is not championship form. Simple as that. So
what's happened to this big squad?
What's happened to the squad and Tuchel? Well, the saviour last season, Tuchel has arrived. It's going to all work out as going to plan, and all of a sudden the wheels has come off.
Well, Ernie, it did go to plan because we won the European Cup. All right, mate. So
I'm talking about this season. This season. Then you got lucky last season. He arrived unknown quantity. This season, what's happening?
Really? How can you say Tuchel was an unknown quantity when he just basically taken PSG to the European Cup final the year before and had done the double? So Tuchel was not an unknown quantity.
Well, he was. He was coming to England. He was coming to the Premiership, and we never knew exactly what he was about.
Yeah,
Were you saying Ernie wasn't on the back page of the Sun?
No.
Right, he was unproven. Ernie, he was unproven in the Premiership because he's never managed in the Premiership. But he knows he knows his way around the European continent. And that's why we are the 2021 European champions. That's why
we'll see what happens this season.
Absolutely. We've already won 1 trophy already this season, Ernie. We've won the Super Cup. That's already in this trophy cabinet. We've now got another final on the 27th of February. We're still in the FA Cup. We're still in the European Cup. And we're barely punching our weight in the league. All right, mate?
We listen. Your Tuchel.
He said for about 4. He said about
Tuchel, right? Next season. This is the start of it now. This 1-1-1 business. You see, he's cut off now.
No.
This 1-1 business. You watch. What's his name? He's going to pull.
I'm still here, mate.
The cord. He's going to pull the cord. Eddie's just joined us. He's going to pull the cord, right? You know when Abramovich gets fed up in the 1-1s, it's all over. He's going to pull the cord, jettison Tuchel, and we'll see Chelsea.
You know what, Ernie? One thing I can say, Ernie, you're salty. You're a salty Man United fan, unlike our guests. But you're full of like predictions and based on I don't know what they're based on. Why would you think that my man's going to pull the cord? Based on what is it?
Based on previous managers like who won the European Cup and he never got back into the dressing room. He pulled the cord, right? And other managers who's won.
Name these previous managers. Hang on. Name these previous managers that won the European Cup that he pulled the cord on. Because it sounds like a lot of them. Tell me who they are.
No, it's only one.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, but that's enough.
That's based on nothing.
What do you mean it's based on nothing? What are you talking about? What's his name? Wemniam? With the bread and
midfielder.
Figure what's him call it?
What's him name?
Wemniam.
Your midfielder.
Sean Wemniam.
The midfielder that won your ex-player.
Di Matteo.
Yeah, but that's
yeah, and before him as well.
Who was it then? before him?
I can't remember them. It's not my team.
But then that's why I'm saying it's
all I'm seeing is just changes of managers, and you know that Abramovich is going to get rid of Tuchel at some stage. He will go.
Yeah, but most managers will go. Klopp will go. Jurgen Press and the Iron will go.
Yeah, but not like Chelsea managers. Abramovich. I mean, you only have to look at the case with Mourinho and Abramovich. You know what I mean? It was shambolic.
No.
Yeah, but you look at the Chelsea. You look at the Chelsea model in terms of the turnover of managers. What it brings is trophies on the cabinet. That's what it does. All right, mate?
But it's still not as much trophies as Manchester United. You've got a long way to go before you get anywhere near them.
Ernie, we're not chasing. We're not chasing Manchester United. We're playing our own game. We're not chasing Man United.
You would like to have half of the trophies in your cabinet that we've got.
Wouldn't you like to have half the trophies of Manchester City, Ernie?
Well, Manchester City ain't got as much trophies as Manchester United. What are you talking about?
I mean, in recent times.
I'm not talking about recent times. I'm talking about in the bigger sphere of things. I mean,
do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. I'm saying, get out of here for real. I'm saying, get out of here for real. I'm saying,
no more saltiness. Let's bring in a man who's not salty. He's white bearded. He's peppery. Eddie Nesta. Good evening, Eddie.
Good evening,
What's
Chris.
your view on this Manchester United and
hold
Chelsea?
on, man. One of us in here has got manners, right? Just hold on, right?
Go on.
Wait a minute.
Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you, Sean. Lovely to have you wherever you are, wherever you're going, or wherever you're coming from. Now we can start. What's the matter with you? One of the things about you see this? When Robbo's team wins like that, he's unbearable. He's like Eubanks used to be when he get a wages. He get a big victory. Nobody can touch him. Look at him. Look. I prefer when you get beat up. And if they're doing that to you, Crystal, with their two best players not there, they're Arsenal in trouble. Why don't you do that? We just get rid of that manager. The manager's not good enough. He's not going to attract the players. It's obvious to everyone. He's got to go. Otherwise, you're going to be like the other North London club and just walking up and down begging other people's things like Tottenham.
So fair point.
Go. Arteta just isn't going to do it. If you get to it's a bit like us at Manchester United. When a manager comes, do players get better? Do systems become more defined? Yeah. Do you understand your team's playing style? And all of that, the answers are no under Arteta. The man has got to go. I'm looking at argument, and you're not giving me no argument.
I think
because I'm so tired of it, Eddie. I'm bored of it all. Like it feels like insanity at this point. They knew going into the January transfer window what was needed in terms of recruitment, and I'm just so at loss because the weakest area on the pitch, arguably for Arsenal, apart from stating the obvious, which is up top, is in the middle of the park. And what do? You loan out one of your, cautiously speaking, capable midfielders, that being or capable versatile players, that being Maitland-Niles. Obviously, we know that he can play at right back, and you could also utilize him in the center of the park. But if you know that you're weak in midfield with Thomas Partey at that time playing for Ghana at the AFCONs, why would you then let Maitland-Niles go? And now you don't have Thomas Partey and you don't have Xhaka looking ahead at the game against Burnley. And we know what Burnley are capable of on their day if they find any rhythm. So for me, that's why I said that it just feels like insanity. And I know Robbo is probably trying to get me to react, but what he has to understand is I'm just numb to it because I've seen it happen season after season after season. It's so predictable.
The real problem for Arsenal is, Aubameyang isn't going to come back to what he was before. That's quite clear now to see, unless it's
might not be coming back at all.
How do you attract players? You're not going to win anything this year, and you're not going to finish top 4 either. How do you attract players?
Well, you got to try and attract them because it's Arteta, and
no.
Partey's
Tottenham can attract big players because they've got a top in the world. He's one of the top 5 managers in the world, and they've got him there. You go to play for him, but you're not going to play for Arteta. Under what system? With what are you going to play towards? What are you building towards? What's the style of play? What's the system? No.
I would say they're still, in terms of the status of the club, you're still able to attract big players, and it depends on what your definition of big players is. Because when Thomas Partey was playing for Atletico Madrid, would anyone view him as a big name player? I think so, because I knew 1 or 2 Manchester United fans would have loved to have had Thomas Partey done their shirt when he was at Atletico Madrid. And so when he made the decision to come to Arsenal, it was a bit of a surprise, because they're thinking, why would you give up Champions League football to come and play for Arsenal? When
Wages?
Exactly. So it depends. Exactly, like football.
Didn't Pepe just score a lovely goal? Pepe's not doing anything for Arsenal either. That's the point I'm making. You go to a manager. Lampard had a chance with exactly the same players, didn't he? And then you've got a proper manager that's gone there, and he's managed them to get them to play in a particular way. That is the difference. You don't have that, and you're in a problem.
Yep.
Yeah, they're in a hot mess. So I'm keeping an eye on them and seeing what they do in the recruitment department between now and the closing date for the transfer window, because they most certainly need some firepower, and they also need a midfield addition as well. So that's what I'm definitely keeping my eye on over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
See what they come up with.
Don't worry, Crystal. Thanks for the trip to Wembley. Don't
make Arsenal stress me out, because I already have the Reggae boys. Them was stress me, so me now make 2 teams stress me. So Arsenal are the least of my problem.
We won't do the Reggae boys. People, drop your comments below. I was gonna say though, I asked you the question about why he allowed the Partey to come onto the pitch after that short space. Do you think there is a which Eddie's kind of alluded to? Do you think there's the players don't have the stomach for Arteta? Because just looking on their body language, I don't know if they've got the stomach for Arteta. I don't know. Could be wrong.
Sometimes they have to look at themselves though, Robbo, because Arteta, yes, he can set up the system, but at the end of the day, it's the players that have to go out there and hold themselves accountable. And quite often than none, they don't do that. Most certainly, you can analyze the body movement, the body language of the senior player. Arguably, in the last season and a half, pushing for 2 full seasons now, it's been the youngsters that's been carrying Arsenal. And yes, you could say that, you could credit Arteta for that. But what about the senior players? You've got a senior player in Granit Xhaka, who is the captain for his country. And for me, Granit Xhaka is like a schoolboy in a grown man's body. How dare you get sent off the way you did? Knowing
Arteta done the same though, Crystal.
Pardon?
Arteta done the same thing under your manager. You've had more red cards under him than any manager.
Yeah, exactly. This is why
he's only been in there for a short time. You've had 8 red cards.
Exactly. This is why I said to Eddie that it just feels like insanity, because it seems to me that, no disrespect to Arteta, but it seems like he has chosen to die on the Granit Xhaka hill. And that's going to prove to be like pretty much as it seems like that could easily be your nail in your coffin. Because I don't know what you see in Granit why you keep on giving him chance after chance after chance. The schoolboy error and the lack of discipline that Granit Xhaka makes, you might as well take a gamble and bring someone up from your academy. Because at least if they make such a costly mistake, I can say schoolboy error.
I watched last
night. Do you believe in karma?
I do believe in karma.
Then pretending that you didn't have enough players to play against Tottenham has come back to haunt you, isn't it?
You know what, Eddie? I have to press back on that one, because I mean, Mr. Manchester United over there, you guys have been pressing that excuse button for countless years.
You done that to Liverpool?
No, we haven't. Liverpool did it. Liverpool did it to Arsenal, and Arsenal didn't like it. Apparently, their manager had it, and then it came back that there were a whole bunch of false negatives, right? Which mean that they said they had it and they didn't have it. If for English, in case you didn't know. And I remember Arteta saying some teams are using it for their own benefit. And then all of a sudden, the game against Tottenham is cancelled or postponed just before you have the biggest chance of winning anything, taking a 0-0 back to your stadium. And it didn't work out. That is what I call karma.
Yeah, fair play. But in terms of the games being cancelled or, like you said, postponed, I mean, Arsenal aren't the only teams to do it. I think it's funny when it's my team that's doing it, but equally, I could be equally as frustrated when it's the
But-
ops that are trying to
Well,
exercise or trying
Crystal,
to
is there any
manipulate the loophole.
Is there any truth, Crystal, in that you lot went out deliberately to cancel the game on Sunday because you had this game against Liverpool last night?
Liverpool.
I don't know, you know, I don't have no inside info at Arsenal.
You sure?
Yeah.
Positive.
Oh, okay.
What do you think about that? What do you think about Saka jumping ship? Now, I know there's a team in the other side of London, Blue, which is more closer to Saka's heart because he's a West London boy, not far away from Chelsea. Now, Sean, I know you covered my players, man, but you must admit, Sean, you take a punt on Saka at Chelsea, right?
Who wouldn't? He's a good player. But we don't covet
any
players.
of the top four.
You do. Mm. Sean was the one who came on the show and said, if Sadio Mane was at Liverpool, we'd won the league already. So he does.
Who's you do?
Nah, he ain't going Liverpool. He's not going Liverpool.
I
No.
don't say
Sean, did you see anything in Klopp put his arm around Saka and say, you know, you want to come to a team that can win a little something, then come. Did you not see that, Sean?
No, I didn't actually. I didn't. But, you know, guess what? The internet's getting a bit disabled now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sign out, boys, and I'm going to sign out.
All right, listen. Safe travel.
Just like Chelsea, come in early, play hard, and then drop by the wayside. Sean, that's what we're used to, bro.
We'll see you at Wembley.
There you go.
You can't even diss somebody and get some fighting back. That's not. You know, I only come on here to do this. You know what I mean?
He was going hard earlier on, man. When he had good internet, he was fighting back, man. He was talking some big talk. But I think Chelsea, they're in the mud a little bit, but I'm pretty sure.
How can they be in the mud?
Ernie's.
I listen to that. How do you pick a fight with that brother? A, he knows he walks around with a quiz book. B, Chelsea are in a final. They're still in another cup. They're still in the Champions League, defenders of that. They've already won a Super Cup. And they're what? Third in the Premier League. Bruv, you could pick a fight with it. Go for Tottenham. Go for someone easy. Don't go for them.
No, he's back. Go for Sean Wallace.
Yeah. Well, you know, boys, I'll have to come on sometime next week because this internet's a bit disabled, and I'm surprised I've lasted this long. So, happy chatting, boys, and I'll catch up with you soon.
Sean, before you go, you got the Caribou Cup coming up next month. So let me just remind you, in 3 weeks' time, we'd like to see you back on the show.
Oh, absolutely, and I'll probably see you at Wembley as well because I'll be there. Well, I'll see you
All right, bro.
All right.
Nice one.
Cheers, guys.
There you go.
All right, mate.
Sean Wallace in the house. So we can't beat up Crystal. I think she's taking enough licks tonight.
No,
continue.
continue.
Did you see the brother from last week, the Tottenham guy? Oh man, he made my head hot. He was fantastic.
He was brilliant.
I actually referred to him on one of my live stream. I have never come across anyone like that, and I don't wish to in real life.
I spoke to him after, and he was like, I spoke to him after, and he was like, this is Ernst, and he was like, calm right back. He goes, how was it? And I said, it was good. He goes, maybe you guys will invite me back again.
You know what? I didn't
know what to say. I said, let me consult.
He was brilliant.
He was.
I'll bring him back on when Crystal's here, man. Him and Crystal.
No.
You know what? I want to get on
him.
I want to get on Patrick Tapping. He's got so much to say.
Yeah, he's one of them. He can't really talk. I know a brother that knows it. He can't really even talk properly.
You know that.
Patrick, and what's the other lady called?
Well. He's suspect. He's dressing his suspect as well. I've seen him in some outfits. It's scandalous. So only Tottenham supporters could wear them kind of outfits. And there is Ewan McDowell.
Have we decided? Who's going down then? Who's going down? Have we finalised that car? Watford are playing now,
Still
aren't they, with
0-0 with
Norwich?
Watford. Yeah, still 0-0. But listen, we got to congratulate Tottenham. That last minute winner. 2 goals in space of like
however much they paid for that, well done for that bribery there.
But I don't know, that might be his last goal, man, because he looks like he's edging out the door going to Ajax Bergwijn. He's not being fancied by 2 managers. He's a bit of a Sancho, isn't he? He's a bit of a Sancho like the managers bought him and nobody seems to know how to get the best out of Bergwijn.
There's a couple of them like that. There's another you in the midfield like that. And today I'm just reading a Conte saying the board have to listen to me when it comes to transfers. Now, those of us who've seen him operate before know that is bad news. Once he starts speaking like that, it's really bad news.
His way. Yeah,
he's held it down for a little bit, though.
Yeah, but that's his kind of modus operandi to speak like that. He did it at Chelsea. He did it, well, they didn't have any money where he just come from. They won the league and everybody knew there was going to be a fire sale. But the point is, you would expect the hierarchy to listen to a manager or a coach when it comes to signings. So isn't really a thing that I've got to say. You've employed me as a manager. I'm telling you, here are some of the players or the types of players that I like. And for him to go public and say, you guys have got to listen to me, is not a good sign.
Not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah. He's got form. He has got form, Conte, but it's a big game. I mean, I think he's chose to use this moment. He's on the eve of the derby, Chelsea versus Tottenham this weekend. Why wouldn't you choose that time to speak about, your problems as the manager? I mean, it is a big game. It's his former club. Can you see Ernie? Can you see Conte skedaddling?
I can actually, because you know as well as I do that my man's tight, man. For better words, he's tight as a D arse. You know them ones.
Yes.
No, we don't.
You don't. You do, but you don't want to say it. He's as tight as a duck. You know he's not going to loosen the purse strings, and Conte will walk. You know what I mean?
Well, they got a lot of dead wood. They got a lot of dead wood there, and in order for him to do it, you got the obvious one, which we talk about every week, which we can't bother to talk about, which is Kane. But they got a lot of kind of medium average performers.
You just won't get no money for them, though. You ain't getting money for them players.
But you get them off the wage bill. They're all on 80, 90 grand a week. You get them off the wage bill, don't you?
And
Patrick Tappins, what would you do with Eric Dyer?
Eric Dyer is one of the best players this year. I think he's played in almost every game that Conte's picked. In fact, I told you there's a note going around on Twitter for people to sign their apology to him. He's one of their best players. He's a holding midfielder. He's a Matic. He's one of them. And
No,
if you just leave him,
that's Højbjerg you're speaking of. I'm talking about Eric Dyer that was sitting in defence. He sits in the
around.
but
sell him to
he's not really. He's not a center. He's not a central defender. He's a holding midfielder. He's a
holding midfielder, but he plays in.
He's got to play where you need him to play. Yeah, but there's a lot of deadwood there.
Mourinho put him in that position, and Conte seems to like him in that position. But I'm just saying, there's loads of players in that team that even if you're you're just chomp all the pennies together like you used to do when you used to go down to the sweet shop, you're not getting a lot of sweets.
I don't know if you're right on this one, Rob. I'll tell you why. Because they've got a lot of games in hand. They've got one of the best managers in the Premiership, in fact, in world football. And not only that, I understand that they've got 2 or 3 youngsters coming through that are going to just set the place on fire. So, it depends when you want to blood them, how you want to blood them, how much time he gives the project. If he stays there for 3 years, they're going to win something.
They should under him, but I just think that West Ham are on a roller coaster, and I think we're overlooking Moyes is a sticker. I mean, he's dropped out of the top 4, admittedly, but he was moved by a later down in the season. But it hasn't happened yet. We're here. We've gone past Christmas, and West Ham are still here. They're
Where
fourth.
they supposed they just lost 3-2, didn't they, to Leeds? Where are they
Yeah.
supposed to finish? Okay, because I'm always interested when people talk to me about
Do you
West Ham.
know?
Where
I'll tell you
are
what-
West Ham supposed to
All right.
finish?
This is the problem.
halfway.
This is the problem. What I believe Man United and Tottenham have. It's not the fact that they can't leapfrog West Ham. Is when a team is stuck in front of you, it puts more pressure on your team to get above them.
Robert, they won't be there. They don't have the squad. Okay, first of all, because
Eddie, we got this on tape. We got it on tape. You reckon West Ham won't be up there?
West Ham have just hold on. West Ham have been historically a yo-yo club. They've gone down, they've come up, they've gone down, they've come up, they've sold their best players.
New management, new ground.
This stability that he's brought to them is not. You can't go from being stable in the Premiership to being top four. It doesn't work like that. So let me ask you again, Rob, Crystal, Ernie's already said, I'm asking you two, if on an average season, where are West Ham supposed to finish?
Thing is, their average season changed last season when at midpoint when David Moyes came in and took over, didn't he? And he bring forth some positive direction to West Ham, and that's how they were able to finish in Europe. So I would think it's more of the same. Try to get that top 6 finish. Worst case scenario, finish in 8th position. But if
Really,
they do. But if they do the unthinkable and finish in top 4, then you can't.
But they won't. You know that they won't. They won't. Historically, because didn't it happen to Burnley? Historically, clubs finish in Europe, and then the kind of playing on Thursday and then playing on Sunday, and how many people you need in the squad means that the year after they've played in Europe, they usually finish lower down, isn't it? I mean, that's how I've seen it. Because you need a big squad.
But they played in Europe. They played in Europe last season, Ed. And
that's right.
They're still up here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So I'm going to ask them it a third time. Where are West Ham going to finish, or where do you think they should finish? Either one is good for me.
10th. So
based on what? Huh? Based on what, Ernie?
I don't think they'll finish 10th.
Based on what? That means they're going to finish below Brighton, Wolves, Man United, Arsenal. Are you sure?
What, you finish at?
No, they'll finish below Wolves,
above
Aston Villa, Leicester.
Well, that means if they finish above those teams, they will be at least 6th. My thing is, as I said,
they're not going to finish ahead of Tottenham. They're not going to finish ahead of Arsenal. They're not going to finish ahead of Man United, Man City, or Liverpool, or Chelsea. So there you go. I've given you the top 6. So there you go. The highest they can finish is 7th.
And they won't finish 7th.
I'll take your money now if you want.
Oh, my money. Hold on. My money. What do you reckon?
That's your spot. That's your spot, Early 7th. Man United.
Crystal's looking at stats to argue. I can't find them.
No,
yet.
I'm not. I'm not looking at no stats. I'm just thinking. I don't even know why Arsenal's being mentioned because I can't even back them right now, and they're my team. First of all, to position them anywhere on the table, Arsenal have to first look at themselves. And like myself, go out there and hold themselves accountable and grind and fight for their lives. Like out of 2 competition within the space of a week, I can't really back them right now to say where they're going to finish in the league come May. So
you're vexed.
I'm not. Honestly, I'm not vexed at all. But like I said, I think for me, worst case scenario, I could see West Ham finishing 8th. I don't think they're going to finish 10th.
If they go into the game this weekend against Manchester United
at the Theatre of Dreams,
and they go there, Bowen, Antonio go there and do a job, and they get a draw or a 3-point. What do you say then? Because I think they're capable.
Well, I'm looking at it here. Wolves in 8th with 31 points, and West Ham. Having played 2 games more than Wolves and more than any of the other teams, have 37 points. So there's 6 points between 8th and 4th. That's why, it's all about to happen, isn't it? It's all about to unravel.
I think the Tottenham is a stronger team to push for 4th place. But But
he was just
when
trying to
you're
wind me up.
when you're chasing a team, it makes it difficult because you're trying to look above, and there's West Ham, this team, the West Ham way, in the way. West Ham will be in the way, Ernie.
Well, our learned friends wants to know why we're talking about West Ham. Why aren't we talking about Tottenham and Leicester? Are they worth talking about?
Well, we did. It was a great match. That's a 3-2, isn't it? It's like last minute. We did talk about it. That's why I said, who did they pay? Because I don't know how they score them goals in injury time like that. Great game, great advert for the sport, and there will be a great game. Tottenham Chelsea is always a good match. Always a good match. Even if it's just them kicking each other, it's a good match.
Well, it's currently half time, and there's no goals. I'm looking for a Watford win. I'm a fantasy, you know. King and Dennis is in the fantasy. So listen, West Ham, Man United, Theatre of Dreams. Another interesting game, Crystal. I'm sure for you. No party after party, but you're playing Burnley, and Liverpool got a game against a team that can cause an upset. Whereas Liverpool's concerned, Crystal Palace are at home 2:00 on a Sunday against Liverpool.
We don't pay them. Yeah, we don't pay them enough respect, by the way.
Yes.
On this program, we don't pay Crystal Palace enough respect. So we need to find a fan, get him up here or her, and hot them up and find out what go on there. Because what's happened there is he's literally. I always said that people find out how good Roy Hodgson was when he went, and he managed to keep that team up and keep that team moving. And Patrick's come in, and he's literally had to change the whole setup, style of play, everything like that. You know, all the things that mean that you could fall on your face. The extra pressure of being a black manager in London with an awesome reputation. I think he's done incredibly well. I think he's done really, really well.
100% should be the next Arsenal manager. That's my opinion. Anyway.
Definitely silence.
I think he should be the next Arsenal manager. 100%. He's currently sitting in the 11th. They've got some good players, but he might have the same problem like Hodgson has, because some of those players are becoming a year older. Contracts have got to be renegotiated with players like Benteke and what have you. I don't know how those deals are. There's players that are in precarious contract places, and he's also got to give back Gallagher to Chelsea. So he's going to have to find replacements for some of those players. But where he is currently...
But you know, the best thing they've done is not rely so much on Salah this year, because now Salah can go. I mean, before it was him literally like carrying the team, you know.
100%.
But now he's not, and that sending off the other day meant that they had to get on with it without him, and the results were good. So, you know, that's good for them. And it's good for him as well, because you know how you go in there, you want to bud up the place, is you carrying everybody, are you doing everything, and you know that can't be a good thing. It's humbling, and it'll be good for him.
Lewis Masterminds chimed in. We've talked about that, Lewis. We've mentioned Conte's position, asking the club to listen to him. I mean, you would know, Lewis, you're a Chelsea fan, and when he done the same, una better listen to me, you know, una better listen to me, and Abramovich said, "Get out of my club." That was the end of him. But, definitely.
He also picked a fight with best striker at the club, didn't he, at the time? The assassin. Him and Costa, and sent him the text, remember? And then that went public. And that did for him.
Yeah. That was crazy, that one.
Thing is that Tottenham aren't Chelsea, though. And, you know, if he leaves Tottenham, it will look bad on Tottenham and not on him.
Yeah, it might just be a one season. It might just be there for one season. But you
think they're waiting? You think they're waiting for their former manager?
Pochettino.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think Tottenham's owners are crafty enough to say, long as he gets us in the top 4, he can go. Because they know by that time they'll be in the top 4. This is just my plot. Sell Harry Kane, and Tottenham can start challenging. And that would have given them enough time to pay the rent man down at the Sainsbury's Park.
So where would Conte go, and who would you replace him with? Is it Posh? You're saying they would bring Posh back to Tottenham
It'll be another
Hotspur.
fight. It'll be another fight for a manager. Manchester United versus Tottenham for Pochettino.
We don't
So
want him.
where would Conte go?
Pardon?
We don't want
Conte,
him.
where would he go?
Why didn't you want him, Ernie?
Pochettino.
Yeah, let me hear
I
this
think
one. Now.
Manchester United's too big for Pochettino. His levels is Tottenham. He's what PSG. Come on, let's be honest, Robbo.
He's got
What
big
do you
players,
reckon?
though. He's got big players, and he's in the Champions League. What are you talking about?
but
How can Ernie? You don't
Don't do it,
Ernie,
Ernie. Don't do it.
Ernie, don't. Because
what,
I
you
have
want
to.
Pochettino?
No, but
Defend
I
him.
have to roll. I have to roll with you. You're a Manchester United supporter. And I'm your ride or die. But not if you're gonna come on here and talk foolishness. I can't.
No,
How can you say a man in a team with Mbappe, with Messi, he can't? He's running a team that is smaller than Manchester. Historically, yes, but at the present day, we've had the easiest run it is possible to have in the Premier League. If you look at who we have been playing in terms of Aston Villa twice, Burnley, Newcastle, we've had these and we haven't won them. So at the moment, we're in a big problem.
You would want Eddie. You would want Pochettino at Manchester United. I can't believe you.
You know what I want, Ernie? I want what I've seen Guardiola do. I want what I've seen Klopp do, and I want what I'm watching Conte do now, and Tuchel.
What is Conte doing?
Have a look at their record since he's come, Ernie. Have a look at their record. I'm only going to give you facts. Yeah, I've come on here to do emotion. I still have to give you facts. They have games in hand. That means if they win them, they're going to be right up there in the top four. If you look at what they've done, the games that they've won, the way that he set them up to. Didn't they just bully up Liverpool the other day? How did we do against Liverpool, by the way, Ernie? Because my memory escapes me. We didn't lose. We didn't lose. We got a batter.
You lose, Bridget, you lose bad too, and you still got, and you still have more. You still got to come to Anfield. It's gonna be great.
We got batters.
We didn't lose.
No.
So look, what I'm saying is, a manager and Pochettino to get that Tottenham Hotspur team to the final of the Champions League, he must be a manager because he was working with rubbish.
He beat Pep in the semi-final. 2 legs, Ernie. Wouldn't you want this guy to beat Pep finally, Man United, in a derby?
No,
come on, bro.
Why didn't he go Manchester United? What was he frightened of?
Because Manchester United didn't take the option up. And as Lewis Masterman said, Manu had the first options on Conte and didn't take him. Big mistake. So, and now you're telling me another manager comes along with pedigree. It's like you're looking for Alex Ferguson again. Alex is gone.
All right, Robbo.
Alex is gone.
I said from day one, once Alex Ferguson has gone, it's all over. We have to start again, and that's what
right. So starting again would be a sound manager.
Nah.
If you look at both Arsenal and Man United,
let me ask you something, Ernie. Would you have taken Tuchel?
I never knew nothing about Tuchel.
That's it, because you don't know enough about them. So you're just writing them off because you don't know.
I've seen Pochettino in our country.
He took Tottenham to the Champions League final, bro.
You can pick any manager in the world, and who do you want? Because then we have to. You lot just got to go round and round in circles.
How long we got? Tell me when Ernie's answered it. Yeah.
The manager that we've got is not gonna leave the team, right? And that is Simone, Diego Simone.
He
That's
might do
for Manchester United.
He might do because they have him because he's a big personality, and he's going to tell you he don't want to play F off. He's got more than the individual parts out of them. That romance might be coming to an end. So far as I can see, they're not pulling up trees this season at all. They weren't difficult.
He needs to move. He now needs to move.
Ernie, didn't you have that same issue with?
No, we didn't.
Come on. Mourinho
he'd already been sacked by 3 clubs when we bought him. He was already finished.
And Simeone has only managed 1 club.
What's his name? Mourinho came to United too late. He came too
late for what?
Too late.
Too late for what?
He should have come to Manchester United long before he arrived there.
Why? He was managing elsewhere. He was managing Real Madrid. He was managing Inter. Why should he have come to Man United? Why do you think you should pick when a manager comes to your club?
He went back to Chelsea.
Yeah, but why do you think you should pick when a manager? Them days of you, listen, the days of you guys plucking managers because we're Man United, those days are done. And you had Alex Ferguson who sat in that chair for so long. You can't just come and just think that you can pick managers. Just pick them out, cherry pick them out of the sky.
We had Alex Ferguson, Arsenal had Arsene Wenger, so we're both in the same boat.
No, you're not in the same boat.
Yeah, we are trying to recover after a dynasty. Of course, it's the same.
No. Arsenal's in the dinghy with some mud. You're not in the same boat as us.
I don't think we are as big as we used to be, and I think part of
Man United's in the Champions League.
The hierarchy is that they still think that. I mean, in terms of box office, we're still the big dogs in terms of turnover, but in terms of what happens on that pitch, it isn't. You know, I'm watching players who run about a lot leave because that's what we need. We need Jones on that pitch. We need Lingard on the pitch. Lingard's going to Newcastle, so I hope they're paying him nice because he needs to have a lot of money.
That's a good comment, Lewis. Have you seen that, Crystal?
Yeah, I haven't seen Lewis around there for a while. Would be nice to hear.
Arsene Wenger was an unknown manager from managing a Japanese club, and all Ernie's talking about, he ain't big enough for Man United. He ain't big enough.
What's the difference though, Daddy Ernie? Because I've sat here time and time again, sometimes in the comment section, sometimes on the panel with you, and I've heard you back Ollie. So how can you back Ollie and not?
I said that
nobody.
No, I said I wanted Ollie to be given a chance.
But why wouldn't you want Poch to be given a chance?
Because I don't think Pochettino's going to go on with anything at Manchester United.
Based on what?
He is going to.
Based on what, Ern?
Based on my intuition.
We know your intuition.
That's a great answer.
I like that.
It was his intuition when he came on the show and said that Man United are going to beat Liverpool, and he got walloped. Come on, Ernie. We can't be on this live.
Well, I'll tell you what, you take Pochettino then when Klopp goes to manage Germany.
I would take Pochettino if Klopp went. I would take him. Of course I'd take him. He's a sound
manager.
You
were waiting for Gerrard. I thought you were waiting for Gerrard.
No chance.
Gerrard will be manager of Liverpool one day.
No. Don't want it. La 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 la. Let him stay where he's at. No, but Ernie, I'm gonna say this, Ernie. I'm gonna say this in front of your Manchester United colleague. At least Ed the Red doesn't come with this intuition nonsense on a live stream. You got to come with the pudding, Ernie.
It was his birthday yesterday. He had a drink, and when this is over, I'm going to phone him and tell him never do it again.
Never do it again, Ernie. And you better come with the managers next week, and don't come with Diego Simeone.
Diego Simeone. Diego Simeone.
Because we had Diego Simeone.
He's in the AFCON.
Diego Simeone or the guy up at Ajax.
He ain't coming.
That's who we might get.
He's not coming.
That's the whisper I'm hearing. That's who we might get. That's who they want.
Yep. But the problem they've got with him is that they want the goalkeeper who used to play for us.
Van der
Sar
is director of football. They want him to come as well. And
that's the only links you got. Let me help Ernie. Let me throw to the comments. If any of you guys out there who are Manchester United fans or not Manchester United fans, can you give us some names who you think could be a potential replacement for the Gergen press, the man who's got the trouser press with no iron? Can you give us some names? Drop some names in the comment. I know you guys know about football. Eddie's trying a thing. Ernie's working off dreams. Ernie's
Man City are on top of the Premier League. Otherwise, you'd be completely unbearable.
Man City has caused Liverpool not to win the Premiership. This is going to be 3 years in a row. Just remember, we'd have gone 4 by now under Klopp.
No. You've only won one, Robert, which was the pandemic one.
Whatever it was, it's
and
still a trophy.
And that one don't really count.
So you haven't won anything.
You won the COVID Premier League.
Yeah, what's gonna happen when you gonna call this one the Omicron Premier League? I doubt
You
it.
ain't gonna win it. You ain't
The
gonna win it.
Omicron one, Man City's
you
got
ain't
Omicron,
winning
and
it.
we had the Delta one.
No,
We
but
had the Delta.
Omicron is by next week. Everybody's going to be recovered because they're lifting everything next week, so everyone's going to recover from Omicron.
Look, the style of the show.
If Forest goes, it's going to come back.
And the style of the show where it's about foolishness, Patrick Chaffin said, "Yep, here it is."
Yes.
He's a fool. You need to ban him. Find a way to block him. Him and the other one is his partner.
Yeah, we need some
Oh,
more.
Rafa.
We need some more. Who should be the next manager
of Everton?
for Manchester United? Come on.
I thought you said Everton. I thought Everton.
We can't be talking about Everton. Everton
Why
and
not?
Burnley on this show.
Everton. Apparently, Rooney and Frank Lampard have been shortlisted.
Yeah,
I've
but I
been
heard that
hearing-
Mourinho was supposed to be going there.
No,
I've been
He's going to
hearing
get
Roberto
when he gets sacked from
Martinez
Roma. Yes.
Yeah,
as well.
Roberto as well.
That would be a
with
good
Kieta
shout for them.
coming in as his
No,
assistant.
Belgium said hell no.
no. So you'll
He's
be
got
looking
them
for a
there.
manager come the end of the season like Everton then?
Ooh.
Man United.
No, but our manager's on a. We know that he's.
He's only there for the year.
No,
Yeah.
but he's only so he's gonna be there till the end of the season, right?
Yeah, more or less.
Ranieri is gone as well. I'm just trying to think of which other managers are going to get sacked before.
I never closed board with no iron, no pressing now go on.
Did you see what Ronaldo? What do people think about what Ronaldo went with at the end of that game? That was fun in the hair. Did you guys see it?
My God.
What against Brentford?
That's all the cameras did. The cameras left the
terrible.
match, Eddie.
The cameras
left
forget
the match,
about the game. The game done. Let's just put it on Ronaldo and the manager.
Game was still going on, and they just had the camera fixated on Ronaldo, and he was cussing. He was sweet. He was going on like Ernie.
He said you're bumba seed. That's what he said.
He was cursing. He said that trouser press. Warmth of trouser press. What am I dealing with?
He never wanted to get taken off. And then my boy come on and score. And the manager said, see? Hey, what?
Yeah.
What are you going to say now?
No. Yeah.
Hey, seriously, serious Eddie. Ronaldo's situation at Manchester United. I know you're a fan of Ronaldo. I'm a fan of Cristiano Ronaldo as a footballer. But surely any more dissent like that through in the next couple of games, in couple bad games, he will become a problem, right?
Well, I don't know. Why would I want, right? Because remember, we can look at that 3-1 now. They battered us in the first half, and it was a moment of absolute brilliance from Ronaldo that made us score the second goal. Yes, sure. Because when he did the chest thing and turned it, and I'm pray to God it was one of the few times that Bruno Fernandes never gave the ball away. And then
Beautiful
we scored that goal. That was a brilliant goal. And another player, we wouldn't have scored that goal because you have to be a particular kind of person to think you got power enough to be able to do that with the ball. So
chest the ball, yeah.
Why? I've never understood this, right? Showing it is one thing. What do you think I want to get substituted for? But why would you say as a player, manager, right, thank you for substituting? No, you want to play. Everybody should want to play. The limit to what he shows, fine, I'll discuss that with you. But why would you want a player in your team who wants to get substituted, Robert?
No, I don't think obviously he didn't want to get substituted, but you know the world's press is on you. Your behavior, you got to be exemplary at some point in a game, not when you're substituted.
I'm the world's best player.
Was you 2-0 up?
2-0 up at the time where you were. I'm the world's best player. I'm the team's top scorer. You've only just scored the second goal because of me. How can you be taking me off? And you're not taking me off and putting on a holding midfielder. You're taking me off to replace me with because that unit that ain't smiling. No, I'm giving you that his perspective at this precise. The manager's right. I need to make sure that Rashford has the confidence now to come. Remember, Martial is on the bench. They said Martial didn't want to play in the week.
Right.
Well, he refuted that.
Yeah, he was on there. You can't. No top 4 team should have Cavani, and Ronaldo in their squad. Lovely as it
Manchester
is,
United, you can afford to do that.
but it tells you that we're in a problem if we've got both of those. If you're Anthony Martial, you're going Aka. If you're Jesse Lingard, you're going. Has Lingard had a chance? We kept him from West Ham. Tell me now, anybody in this panel, that we've given him a proper chance. We haven't.
No. Okay, but as a Manchester United fan, you said you want to see your players look like they don't want to be taken off. So do you also want to see your team full of superstars? Of course you do, because you're a Manchester United fan.
No, I don't. Well,
you
Cavani looks well. Hold on. Cavani looks brilliant.
You don't,
and runs a lot. What's his goals ratio? How many goals?
I'm not sure how many scored
this year. That tells you that makes the point, doesn't it?
He scored about the same amount of goals as Harry Kane. Four.
Four. And you remember, he was out injured for a good part of it.
So you were saying you wouldn't Man United. Harry Kane has in the last couple of years been not only the league's top scorer, but the league's top assist. That buys him some, with all due respect to whatever I might think about the situation there. If you're the top scorer and top with assists, that buys you some respect. Absolutely, it does. It must do. You can't say that about Cavani. Not top assist, not top goal scorer. Let him go. Let him go and play somewhere and enjoy himself and earn his money. Why would you keep him out? And why would you put him in there, leave Sancho out? What kind of nonsense is that? You buy the boy for 70 million, he might not even make the World Cup now.
So you'd be happy to see him go. Would you be happy to see him go? You're in the Champions League next round. Would you be happy to see this man go in January?
Who?
Man United.
Who? Cavani.
Man United.
Cavani.
Yeah. Edison Cavani.
If I'm going to put a 35, 36, 37-year-old in, it has to be for impact. It can't be for work rate, because law of averages tells you he can't run about the way that Lingard can. He can't disrupt the way that Lingard can. And this little boy that's come in there, was he from Sweden? Ilangi or whatever, the one that's good. Absolutely fantastic. He did really well. He ran a lot. Jones, right now.
Jones, why do you keep mentioning Jones?
Because you know what he did? And he's been injured from when Adam was a boy. But you know what he did when he came on? He ran, he worked, he left it all on the pitch. And at the moment, that's what we need. At the moment, our team, a bit like you, Ernie, with all due respect, they're living on reputation. And that's what you're doing when you come on here. You're talking about Man United like it's 3-4 years ago. It's not 3-4 years ago. You just need to do the basic. Goalkeeper, you've made more saves in the Premier League than any other goalkeeper.
Yeah.
De Gea, Man United's goalkeeper. Just think about that for a second, Ernie.
Yeah, but
our goalkeeper has made more saves.
He's been doing that for...
No, he hasn't. No. He's been our best player and he's had a dip in form. And this boy come and now his boy's having to sit down. He has made more saves than the people them at Newcastle, Burnley, Watford, Norwich. Ernie, think about what that means.
Yeah, we're higher than them. We're above all them teams.
Ernie, just for the record,
you're going to be like your brethren Ern from last week, so I'm stopping now.
Ern, listen, Eddie, I can see the show now. It's a podcast. It's a winner. Yeah. BBC Sounds. Edison Cavani is not even in the top 40. He's scored less than 3 goals. I think he's only scored 2. So there you go. I wouldn't want him nowhere near my club, and I think he's a fantastic footballer.
What have we done to Sancho? That's a classic example.
What have you done to Anthony Martial? Where's Anthony Martial?
He's going. Lingard is going. They're going, and we got a brother on the bench. When I saw him on there, I thought, well, is he a coach? We got 2 Chelsea players in our team, right? Matchit and the other one. What's his name? The little short one.
Mata.
Huh? Mata.
Juan Mata.
When's the last time you see Mata make any kind of contribution to any game at all? When?
It's one of Ernie's favorites.
Stealing money.
They've kept him. They've given him another year's contract, haven't they?
To do what, Ernie?
Well, they're preparing him to be a coach.
Huh?
That's what I heard. They're keeping
Like
him
Fletcher.
around.
Is that your intuition again?
Yeah, I've been told that they're keeping him around the club with the potential of being a coach.
Ernie, I'm done with your intuition. You ain't coming with no receipts, bro. You don't come with no receipts.
You're not
You
putting
don't come
clothes
with
on your
any
argument.
receipts, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not having it. Ernie, you know, like it's your birthday this weekend. Do you know what I'm going to buy you? I know you got one, but I'm going to buy you another iPad. And I'm going to load up something on it so you can actually look.
Some numbers.
Because I know we do the eye and the eye test, but I'm going to load you some. So when you're talking rubbish, you can back yourself up and hit yourself with the iPad as well, because you're not having it.
Hey, Eddie, haven't you heard that they've nailed in Matter to be a coach at the club? You haven't heard that?
He's been a coach for the last 3 years.
Not
playing. Tell me what contribution you... Okay, Ernie, do this with me. What contribution to any game have you seen him make?
He played in the League Cup. He played in the League Cup. He scored in the League Cup.
The League Cup, you know.
Ernie's making me laugh today. Well done, Ernie.
He scored in the League Cup, didn't he?
Ernie, you're back in pole position. That guy nearly rumbled you last week, Ern, but he can't beat Daddy Ernie. And Daddy Ernie is there's only one Ernie out here. Daddy Ernie.
No, Robert, no, I think he beat Daddy Ernie.
No.
He was unbelievable. No, Robbo. Last week I've done this pod a lot, and last week was the first time I left it out to hold my head.
All right, let me just say this. Let me just say this. If he gets more views than Daddy Ernie when you clip Daddy Ernie's clips are legendary now. Ernie, you're just a clips man now. Ernie, you're just a clips man.
Norwich won up. Norwich won up, and there's been a floodlights failure. Yo,
wow. See, anything can happen. That's what we need to happen to Manchester City in the next few games. Floodlight failure, COVID, Omicron, all of them, all of these things.
They're gone. They don't need Kane. That's the problem for Tottenham. They don't need Kane.
Yeah,
I mean,
they don't need him.
They haven't got a centre forward at the moment, have they? They're not playing.
They sold the striker they had. They had a little Spanish Torres or whatever.
Yeah, very good.
They sold him, and they're playing with a false 9, and Grealish hasn't turned up, and they're still winning the Premier League. That's awesome. Grealish hasn't turned up.
Didn't I say this to you, Ed?
Grealish ain't turned up since the
dance.
Didn't I
say that? Didn't I? Even though you might say, because everybody will say, it's Pep and it's great. I said, listen, once you get Raheem Sterling integrated back in that team, they will be unstoppable. Because the Grealish thing was a bit of a first few games of the season, they stuttered a bit. Once they dashed him and realized that they lost 100, they just dashed with their £100 million, like just threw it away in the street. They brought back in the man them. The man them came back in. Raheem just come, rev up the left. The boys at African Cup of Nations, although he's out, revved up the right, and that's it. City are back again.
They haven't spent 100 million on him not to play him.
Yeah. What do we think is going to happen to Raheem Sterling?
It's whether or not they're going to have to pay. I still think Raheem's going to go, but if they kept him, what's he on? 3 and a bit a week now. This is the big contract for him now. He's at the age where this is the big money move.
No,
what they're going to have to pay him to keep
him.
But this is the big one, isn't it? Is he 26, 27? What is it in terms of age? This is the big money move. This is the big money move, isn't it?
But Ed, if you replace Sterling, you take Sterling out that team, and you sit, and I don't think Pep is a stupid manager. He's had a chance to look at Grealish. Grealish doesn't offer what Sterling offers.
At the moment, but they took Martinez, right, from Leicester when is it Martinez, the boy? Mahrez, sorry, when they'd already won it. It took him at least a year to get up to speed.
He was a younger player.
Gundogan never fitted in straight away. They won it last year in Gundogan. In fact, they won it last year where the star boy, wasn't even really playing. The Belgian
But
boy there.
what they don't do,
The Belgian.
Eddie,
Right
they
now.
don't take players out to replace players. They bring players and they integrate them. Pep has a way
Into
of
a system,
integrating.
into a playing system, which
So
is what Man
it will take
United don't
Grealish
have, which is what Arsenal.
Grealish
Yeah.
2 seasons. So they won't
Yeah.
get rid of Sterling next season. It'll be madness.
But it's come to the end of a contract. It's not their choice.
They'll give him more
If
money.
it's the end of the contract. Yeah, but that's
Eddie,
what
they'll
I'm
give
asking
him
you.
more
He's on
l'argent,
three-
more l'argent,
but-
more
but-
l'argent.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If he's on 3 and a bit now, what would it take to keep him?
Oh, Raheem.
Yeah, you remember you got a boy up there at Barcelona
Take
who's
off
saying,
a
give
million.
me £1 million a week, you know, the equivalent of £1 million a week. This year he's asking me. Dembele. It's like, whoa.
No, well, he's
Hey.
mad. He's not-
Dembele's drinking some South water, man. I don't
Yeah,
know
man,
what
he's mad.
kind of
He's
South
mad.
water he's drinking
I
because
reckon,
he is mad.
I reckon half a mil will do it for Raheem there. Yeah, and they can pay him $500,000.
Okay.
500,000 a week. They can pay him that.
Well,
The
yeah,
Sheikh's
somebody's
got
making
nothing.
this.
That's a lot of money, Ernie. That's a lot of
I
money
don't think that's
nowadays.
going to happen.
Bruv.
That's a lot of money.
How much is Ronaldo on at United?
Not $500,000.
He ain't far short.
Well, you've
His
got
contract's
Pogba
not a
as well.
4-year
haven't
contract,
you?
no?
Huh?
Does Pogba stay at Man United?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
I reckon
You
he
know
does.
how I think he does as well, but it's awful business for them. You've lost him for nothing. You've bought him back for 89 million. He hasn't come up to par. He's winning World Cups and all sorts. He hasn't come up to par. You've let his contract run down again, and you're going to have to increase the money to around about £400,000 to keep him. It's awful business.
It's dangerous set of business.
Well, yeah, but they're going to jettison a few players in it to make
But
up. for that.
Pogba's young enough. If you even gave him the 400 grand, you set the contract, you give him the 400 grand, you could at least get rid of him in the next 2 years before he gets to his last 2 years. You can actually, it just means you pay him 2 years up. But when you get to the end of your contract, when you're like, we have a problem at Liverpool, Salah is going to turn 30. He's on 200. He wants his money doubled, which would be 400. How did Liverpool square that one? Because
Yeah.
I personally don't think it will happen. I think there will be a problem with Salah at the end of the season. You heard it here. I think there's a problem with Salah and Liverpool because he's not going to be the best player in the world and sit there and watch Pogba, Grealish, Sterling
probably.
earn
Well,
more money than him.
He's not the best player in the world. Messi's the best player in the world.
No, he's currently the best player in the world. Come on,
He ain't
Ernie.
got the Ballon d'Or.
Doesn't matter if he's got the Ballon d'Or. He's currently the best player. Look what he's done in the league. He's top striker.
On form, I would
So if
say.
he finishes the season,
you can't afford to lose him.
you can't. Yeah, but Liverpool, there might be a problem, and they may lose Salah. I think that might.
Well,
be
I
a
don't know why they
possibility.
do it like that. I would have paid Salah from last year and give him a 3-year contract and make this year one of the ones where he's on the high money. Because now you're looking at it like you're looking at a 30-year-old, right? And now you're going to put him on a 3 or 4 year contract. You know, when them players are playing well, just give them the money. Just give them the money, make them go on.
Yeah, but it's difficult, Ed, because if you're not, Liverpool would have been negotiating with Salah, and we didn't know if we were finishing Champions League, bro. We just scraped it in
This
the
time
last
last
bit.
year. Yeah,
the last bit.
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So,
Well,
and these things
that's
normally
that's
come
a
up.
big problem.
Yeah, so that's your problem. You never know when
And the
your players
further-
just turn
yeah.
up, turn
The
up and
further
start
his
playing.
country goes in Africa Cup of Nations, sorry to speak over you, the further his country goes, is the more the world is looking at him and the more his value
Yeah,
goes
his
up.
price goes up. Who do you think's going to take the Cup of Nations before we go? I know you was eagerly supporting Ethiopia as a ball-headed Rasta man, but your team Ethiopia's gone. The tournament's favorites Algeria's gone. Guinea with our little players Naby Keita, they just got through as one of the highest placed second team.
Yeah,
But
ain't Tunisia gone?
Nigeria's still there.
Cameroon
is still there. They're looking awesome.
I'm telling
And
you.
Senegal, who they just ain't scored no goals, but they have the glittering team. It's getting tight. But I still say it's Nigeria.
The romance says it's Cameroon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Well, I
romance,
went for
the
them from
romance.
day one. I said I'd love to see them win it. And I ain't changing my mind for what I've seen. Ivory Coast is the team to beat. Ooh.
Is that intuition, Ernie, or is
No,
that
Lewis? That's Lewis.
Oh.
Mastermind saying that.
They've turned up?
Intuition only
Ivory
works
Coast.
with United.
Ivory Coast has turned up. There's always a team that will come that was knocking about and they start to look well, but I just think Ivory Coast gets punished if they play Senegal or Nigeria
All Cameroons.
or Cameroon. You're right.
Yeah. Mm.
Well, we'll wait and see.
Yeah, man.
We
What's
shall
happening
wait
this
and
week?
see.
Who do you reckon wins the African nations, Crystal?
I was actually in favor of Mane winning it with Senegal, but I remember
What's happened? What has happened?
good.
Well, go on.
You can hear me?
Yes. Well, so what happened? Because he plays for Liverpool. You're not in favor anymore.
No. I'm saying no. Let me finish. But just tapping into what Robbo said last week when we was doing the preview. I can see why Nigeria, obviously, because of how they performed in their groups, they're in pole position, hot favorites at the moment. So Nigeria would be nice to see them crowned kings of Africa. But I would love for Sadio Mane to do the unthinkable and lift that trophy. Just like I said, I love his pathway into football, his journey into football is fascinating. So I would love that.
But if Nigeria wins Cup of Nations, you know it's going to be unbearable.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
it'd be
Whereas
fantastic.
they're Liverpool fans as well.
It'd be as bad as when Jamaica qualified for the World Cup.
Jesus.
Nigeria wins Cup of Nations, bro. Nigeria wins Cup of Nations. They're winning World Cup. They're going to win Champions League. That's going to be unbearable. And I got to say, Ghana, man, commiserations to all the Ghana fans. You guys got bumped, mate. Yeah. Camaros. Who's Camaros? Where's that?
Where's that? I was looking on the map. I couldn't even see it.
Ghana limped out disgracefully out of the tournament, just like the winners. But Nigeria. Big up all my Niger fans, man. But you guys are unbearable. You're like worse than Man United fans, actually.
I think at present they're on par with Liverpool fans. I never knew they were like this, but I've been reminded since yesterday just what Liverpool fans are like. And somehow, I don't know, you guys are incredible because you're pushing me towards favouring Manchester United. Never thought that was possible.
We bring the entertainment.
Batty after batty. Batty after batty. Batty after batty. After batty after
Well, I'm glad Debbie has joined the chat. We need to get Debbie on here at some point.
Yeah. Shouts to Debbie. Debbie, we messaged you today. We couldn't get hold of you. We really wanted you up on live, man, because you know
she's not ready. She's not ready.
No, she Debbie's ready. She's ready. She's ready because she would bring more life to the party than Crystal, because Crystal feels like as if she don't need to say nothing because she done. She said, Arsenal, I got dead and all that.
Can I just tell you, the only person I've been trying to wind her up for about 6 weeks now. And the only person that looked like they got to her is Ern. The other Ern from last week. She wasn't even on it and she's vexed with him. You and him got something?
He was rattling my brain. I've never, ever heard no opinion like that before. That's not even biased.
You know
we'll bring him back and put him on with you.
Well, anytime I'm calling, I'm going to tell him I'm sick. My lights now work. Computer mash up.
COVID.
Yeah, COVID.
I've got to isolate.
No, it's terrible.
Debbie's on some big talk there now. Look, blah, blah, blah.
Debbie, I go on. Terrible, man.
Yeah.
Debbie, next week, listen up. We messaged you on the Facebook. We didn't get hold of you, but we need to come and represent because it coming like Kristen need help, you know. Kristen
I need some help, Debbie. I'm trying. I'm fighting the losing battle.
Help.
Listen, can I just say before I go that Norwich are out of the relegation zone? They're beating Watford 2-0, and they're out at the minute. The three going down are Burnley, Newcastle, and Watford.
But how many games have Burnley got in hand?
Burnley's got 5 games in hand over. But the points on the board are worth more than the games in hand. So
do you think the fight back starts tomorrow at the Emirates Stadium for Burnley? Crystal.
I hope so.
Burnley. You hope so. I bet you do. But Arsenal need to pick themselves up because that would be a hat trick of losses in the last week and counting, but we've been looking better this season at home, winning 7 of our last 10 Premier League home fixtures this season. So we're in a decent position to take that from 7th to 8th so far this season. I'm not gonna say I'm not too worried about Burnley because they're not a team that I underestimate. But hopefully we'll be able to get the job done because we need some points on the board.
Okay. Well, Debbie said she's gonna be with you, hon. She's like, "Hey, sister. Hey, sister.
Thank you,
And I'm gonna be with
Debbie.
you, hon." Next week, so you'll have a friend. You'll have a little friend on the show, hanging with you like a sister.
But
Ed,
you know,
bring the
there's a
Prosecco.
meritocracy. No,
Bring the
there's a
Prosecco.
meritocracy here. You come on here, and I'm expecting that anybody invited by you guys to be on here can defend their corner. There's no plating. So when Deb's
Debbie, don't worry, I'm in your corner.
if you start crying, we'll just mash up your Wi-Fi.
Hey, so next week, Friday, the show is gonna be called Girls Rush. No.
We rule the world.
It's gonna be an Arsenal Girls Rush. We're looking for. Listen, before we go, Ernie, this weekend. Where's my ticket there? Where's my tickets? Don't listen. Don't start. Look, wait. I spoke to you in the week. You just drifted over.
You spoke to me today and said that you went into Lidl's and nobody never mentioned my name. I don't know why.
I was trying to drop hints that nobody ever come. I'm trying to drop hints that nobody had come to me and say, Robbo, Wagwan, it's Ernie's thing to. So Ernie, what's going on? The panel is ready. We want to party after party after party.
No, there's no partying like party over at Arsenal. Different party. I go on yourself.
Yeah, well, whatever party, we want to know what's going on. We're ready.
Eddie's coming. Right?
You gonna be there, Eddie?
I phoned him this week. His brother said, Ernie, I'd very much like to. I did it in the respectful way. Yeah, I didn't just turn up and try. He said, I've had parties for the last 20 years. You never come. So why you want to come now? That's how he handled me on the phone.
Yeah, but that's just Ernie. That's a week. That's Ernie's week before face. You have to have a week before face. It's gonna reach you, Ed, next month. That week before face. You have to bad up people because you're like saying, "How you asking me now?" So Ernie, what's the agenda?
Robert, if you want to come, you just come.
Yeah, what about my your
entourage? Your entourage.
Ernie, what about our entourage? Your growing fan base with your foolishness. Right. What about the foolishness? What about the entourage?
Come, as long as you don't wear that shirt that you got on at the moment, you can come. No problem. Right? Crystal knows that she can come. All she's got to do is say she's coming. I think Crystal's got. My intuition tells me that Crystal's got other things going on.
Well done.
Don't worry about your intuition. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It don't work around here. All right, listen. If you're going to Ernie's birthday bash, please do enjoy yourself. Ernie, I'm letting you roll out the show because you can put your advert in right now. Go and do it. Take it away, son. Anytime you're ready.
No, the advert's already. It's not ready.
No, anytime you're ready. It's up to you.
Oh, anytime I'm ready. All right, hold on. Keep gassing. I have to fix up it's going to take too long, man. My thing ain't as instantaneous as yours, Robbo. Yours.
At your age, it don't work quick again.
Yeah, speak for yourself, Edward. Speak for yourself.
Takes a little winding up there.
Bruv, I've seen your missus doing some training. You're under pressure, rude boy. You're under pressure. Miss Nesta, she's doing some training business. You're under pressure.
How you know? Is that intuition, Ernie, again?
My intuition tells me that. My intuition tells me that you're under pressure. Hold on.
While we're holding on, when you look at a chance, take a look at the welcome some of those Jamaicans got when they went to Beijing. If you see that piece of audio when the coach reaches and what they say, it's very interesting.
My.
What, for the Winter Olympics?
I'm so glad you brought that up. Because I was confused because the video that I saw circulating, it didn't say nothing about where the players were. It actually said athletes showing up. So I assumed it was like NBA China, because we know that they go over the NBA travels across the globe. So I assume it would be just like basketball.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to stand it up. The coach says 2022. So so the only thing that it can possibly be is the Winter Olympics, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah, of course.
That's not great. But I know enough people that have gone and they're taking pictures of them touching their hair. So it isn't number one on my holiday destination list.
Wow.
So if you see it, no, China, Beijing, China.
Okay.
We'll
So
have to go and have a look at that.
if you get a chance, have a look and then tell me what you think. I don't know if it's true, but it's not nice.
I was just hoping that we get a remake of Cool Runnings Part 2. That's what I was just looking for Cool Runnings, bro. I was looking for Cool Runnings. Hey, how does the Jamaica guy does in the what you call it again? What you call it, Eddie? Come on, Eddie. This skiing slat down the slopes. What you call that now?
Oh, slalom.
Slalom.
Is it Jamaican guy? The Jamaican dude?
They're doing the bobsleigh.
No, they did the bobsleigh. They did the four-man bobsleigh.
Benjamin Alexander.
Yeah, the Benjamin dude. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a DJ, wasn't he?
Yes.
And now he's like qualified for the Winter Olympics. So.
But is he qualified properly, or is he like Eddie Eagle just going there for puppy show?
He's doing Eddie. He's definitely doing Eddie Eagle.
He's doing that puppy show.
He might win. He might win, Eddie. He might win.
He's gonna get famous like Eddie the Eagle.
He's famous already.
Win, yeah.
He's famous already. His bookings have gone up tenfold. He's getting more bookings than me and you, Ernie.
As a DJ. As a DJ.
What? Yes.
What does he play? Ice. Sorry.
I think
it's Brand Jamaica that's doing it.
I think he's more of a North Coast DJ. You know, more up Crystal's side. You know, a bit of little dance music fall to the floor and all of that. So Ernie, are you gonna take it away? I'm gonna say my goodbyes from now. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Crystal. Thanks for everyone that tapped into the show. Devs are looking for you next week. Thanks to Lewis Mastermind. You should have been on here representing Chelsea, but the big man Sean Wallace done his thing. So big up.
He could come and tell us how they lost to Tottenham.
Who?
Ernie. Not Ernie. Lewis. Lewis a Chelsea man, isn't it? So he could come and tell us Tottenham.
You're doing that prediction thing like Ernie, man.
I know.
So Ernie, you're gonna end the show now.
I got it. So
we got a vibe this weekend going on. Daddy Ernie's birthday bash. It was in a song. Can't remember which the artist, but yeah, we got a vibe going on.
Here's the ticket outlets. Ticket outlets for Daddy Ernie's Route 66. Bright colours.
I want music.
Saturday the 22nd.
What? I wanted music.
What music?
Music. I thought you were done it with.
Party after party, then we mash up the place. Party after party.
So we know what kind of vibe is going to be going on.
No. Let me see. Hold on. No.
Party after party.
Daddy's Ernie party. Daddy Ernie party.
No. It ain't gonna be nothing.
I think we've run out of time, Ernie.
You run out of time.
Listen, guys, thank you for joining the show. Smash the like button, please, and share the show. We'll catch you next week. Hopefully, Ernie won't have a hangover.
A long hangover. I might do, you know. I might just do that. I'm going to an Oz party now, actually. A 21-year-old birthday, 22-year-old birthday party now. So
take time, Ernie. We need you for tomorrow, okay?
He's partying.
Okay. All right, peace. People, we out. Peace.
Baby.
Yes.
Man.